Wife tells you to get rid of something, you get rid of it. That's right. Sounded like some small hands, didn't it? I have only learned one thing in 20 years of marriage, and it's this. Happy wife, happy life. If you're married, you already know that. And if you're not married, you better write it down. Not on some flimsy piece of paper. You go out and get a stone tablet and a chisel. Be number 11 if you count them. Bible says right in chapter 2 of Genesis, chapter 2 says right there, man will leave his father and mother. That's the verse I'm reading to my 15-year-old every night. Says here you're leaving, Jack. Got to read all the way to the New Testament before he said you can come home again. Man will leave his father and mother, take a wife, and together they become one flesh. You don't get any closer to anyone that walks this planet than your wife. Ergo, happy wife, happy life. My dad tried to tell me the same thing in his own way on my wedding day. He came to me and he said, son, I have only one piece of marital advice for you. Before you argue with your new wife, and believe me, you're going to argue with her. Before you do, I want you to stop and ask yourself 2 questions. Do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? And then he broke down and sobbed right in front of me. It was pathetic. And I had no idea what that man was talking about.
Yo, what's good, y'all? Welcome to another episode of the Chuck and Mo podcast.
What's good?
What's happening with you, Chuck?
Nothing much. I got a sick daughter today, man.
Oh,
Every
man,
time she
gets
the flu shot, she gets sick.
She gets sick.
That don't never happen to me,
shot give you the
y'all.
flu, man.
It's wild. It's so wild.
All they doing is injecting you with the dead virus.
Yeah, but it's dead.
Yeah.
It's dead.
Wait, back up in that body.
Don't make it come alive, man. That's crazy, man. How you doing?
Well, hopefully she feels better, man. I'm doing all right, man. I'm doing all right.
I bet you had a really lucky weekend.
Oh yeah,
really good lucky weekend.
We definitely gonna get into that. We definitely gonna get into that.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, what kid said? Hey, never forget that. That's all we got. Oh man. Yeah, but it was a good week, man. I was sick myself for a bit of the week, but trying to get over this little bug I got. Nothing too bad. I think I've been going back to the gym and stuff like that, so my body's adjusting and just trying to feed my body the nutrients and stuff that I need. So that's just about it. But other than that, everything has been good. Everything has been good, man.
That makes sense. All right, let me get into the scripture.
Starts with a weekly scripture.
Oh yeah. So I'm coming with my favorite scripture, Philippians 4:13. Everybody knows it, and it reads, "For I can do everything through Christ who gives me strength." Right?
Okay.
Man, that right there.
Yes, sir. That's
speaks volumes. Speaks volumes. You know, whatever you going through. Whatever it is, if you got the faith of a mustard seed, for one, you straight. But if you just feel like that, you just down in the dumps and you really don't think you can do it, just know that the strength that you will pull through, that you will get from Christ, will bring you through anything. Anything. So just pray that God give you the strength of Christ. And you got it. I mean,
I like that. That's good.
Other than you, I don't know anybody else that got crucified and then walked a couple of days later.
No. I walked a few times, but I ain't never got crucified.
Facts.
So but yeah, absolutely, man. That's a good way to start off the podcast, man. So let's go ahead and get into this topic, man. We got a good topic today. All right. Happy wife, Chuck. Happy life, man. There's no other. That's just the way it goes, right? Or not?
That's That's the way they want you to think it goes.
Who's they, Chuck? Look into the camera and tell me who they is.
They is all the wives except for my wife.
Okay.
Nah, man. Nah, I the saying is cool, you know?
Yeah.
It's just, I believe there is no saying for the husbands. You get what I'm saying? So it seems
absolutely
super one-sided, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Happy wife, happy life. Boom. That's common sense, right? If your wife not happy, then everything else is just not.
Oh yeah, it's your fault. It ain't going. The house gonna be off.
It's gonna be jacked
the
up.
way
you know,
move, it's gonna be off, man.
But
gotta keep her happy. But
I think people they take it. Go ahead.
Why do you think we have? I want to say the intention was well, you know, with the saying, you know, take care of your wife, you know, and things will be, I don't want to say easier, but better for your household. But I think we're getting away from, I think we're taking it literal. And when I say we, you know, I'm talking about both the male and the female, but
male, right.
More so the wife. I feel like it puts a sense of, hey, my job is to make you happy, and then I'll be happy because you're happy. But then who makes me happy? Because if I'm making you happy and that's making me happy and you're not doing the same for me, and then I'm not making myself happy by just making myself happy, the only way I'm making myself happy is by making you happy. You know what I mean? It looks one-sided.
It does. And it's just like, for real, you can do everything that you can as a husband, right? And be straight. But your wife go to work. Your wife can go to school. You know? What happens when she's not feeling it from work and school?
What happens postpartum?
Right. And it's not saying that you can't do your job as a husband, you know, because your wife ultimately is happy. But those times where she just don't feel like it, you know, then what? You know, we just got to keep on pushing through because, you know, hey, my wife not happy right now. But what about when we not feeling like that, you know?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I said I think it's one-sided, and I definitely that's why I said I think it's one-sided, and I definitely believe that it needs to be some kind of saying for the husbands, like for real, you know. I don't, and it's no knock on any of the wives out there, because good wives won't take it literal, like for real. They know that if their husbands ain't happy, then it's still not going to work out. Like for real. It's still not going to work out. It's just the society, man. They just throw it out so much and they harp on it, but you don't see anybody harp on, you know, has happy husband, no fussing or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not out there.
Yeah, I feel like it's a good thing to start off. Like if you're married and you're a man and your husband, I think to please your wife and to make sure your wife is taken care of is the basis, and it's a good start. But I think the disconnect comes just from my opinion on certain relationships or certain marriages, not factuals, but just my opinions based off of these things. I think it's okay. I'll do that for you. You know what? I don't want to do it, but I'll do it for you. I'm going to do it for you. I'm going to do it for you. Can you do this for me? Oh, you don't feel like doing it? Okay, I'll do it. I'm going to do it for you. I'm going to do it for you. Wait, can you do this for me? Oh, you got a lot going? Okay, well, then I'll just go ahead and do it. You know, and I think the intention is, you know, I want to make you happy and do for you.
Yeah.
So that I get that in return, just, you know, because I'm doing for you, you'll do for me. That's the way I think it's supposed to be. You know, if I take care of my wife, she'll support me, she'll love me, she'll do for me unconditionally, just as I do for her. But I think it gets lost, and you know, if I'm always doing and I'm not getting that back, or if I'm solely responsible for your happiness, then that's a burden. You know, that's stress.
Yeah, that's that
on a daily basis. Because what if I can't make you happy? then I'm not just looking at you, I'm looking at myself as less like, dang man, I can't make my wife happy. Like, what am I doing? Like, have I lost a step? You know, now I'm not happy because I've geared myself towards that.
If you're not happy, how are you able to make your wife happy?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And that's where that's where that give and take go. Like, you gotta make, like, my job as a husband is serve my wife, for sure.
Absolutely.
You know, serve my wife as much as I can every single day. Give my wife what she needs, and in return, I expect my wife to serve me as well and give me what I need. You know, and there is no like. There's no one way to do that. You know, a lot of husbands, well, not even a lot of husbands, but a lot of people be like, well, you know, a lot of people will be like, my wife cooks for me. My wife cooks for me. My wife needs to, you know, be in the kitchen. And that's the way, boom, 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 boom. But some men that know how to cook was like, my wife don't necessarily need to be in the kitchen. So how is my wife going to make me happy? You get what I'm saying?
Exactly. True.
So it's just, I believe you definitely got to sit down with your wife, sit down with your husband, and y'all have to figure out the things that the other one requires. You know, this is what I require. So if I require this, I expect you to serve me with my requirements. And, you know, on both sides. My wife requires me to serve her. I require my wife to serve. And my wife requires me to serve her.
And I'll get deeper, you know. I'll get deeper into it, Chuck. Let's really talk about it. Mm-hmm. I'll give you the perspective of a man, not myself, but I'll give you the perspective of men I've known. All right. My wife, I pay the bills. You know, I'm a financial provider, right? So the guy, in his mind, he's a financial provider. Okay, so that in turn, he's doing that for his household. He's handling that. Happy wife. I'm a nurturer. I'm there for my wife. You know, I take care of her when she needs it, rubs her feet down. You know, I do all those things. Happy wife, happy life. I try and take the burden off of my wife with the kids. You know, I can help around the house, do those things. Obviously, she still does her part, but I do my husbandly duties. Okay, happy wife, happy life. I'm not getting anything, right? In my mind, in this guy's mind, maybe he doesn't feel as though his wife is doing those things for me, and he's giving so much to her without getting that. Now he's like, man, I'm missing something. And now this guy's surrounded by women who are willing to give him something, okay? And we can talk about in the sexual manner. They're willing to give him some sense of feeling, some sense of worth. Now, his house is taken care of. You know, happy wife, happy life. In her mind, things are good. We're copacetic. You know, I got a good man. I got all these things. Meanwhile, you're not giving him the attention he may need. You know, we're adults here. You know, sexually, you know, you aren't, you know, pleasing your husband. Y'all haven't taken that step, or he feels like he may be lacking in that. And he just doesn't feel the worth from you. Now, this is just an example. This guy goes out and he's unfaithful, you know, and you'll never know as the wife. I'm speaking to the women here because he's living under that mantra, happy wife, happy life. The things he's doing are what you can see on like a grand scheme of things, the everyday thing. See if you do it, because I know if I offer or if I just go ahead and do it, you won't say it. Or it could just even be the lack of, man, I just haven't heard you say thank you. Because I think that's what we have to pay attention to in our relationships. Don't allow
some type of appreciation.
Exactly. Don't allow things to become routine to the point to where you don't give thanks. When God does something for you, do you just be like, oh, God always going to do. He did that for me like 3 weeks ago, so I ain't got to say thank you. It's a routine. Right. And that way of thinking that when someone does a service for you, if a waiter comes and refills your glass 5 times, right? Why the first time you say thank you, the second time you say thank you, the third time, the fourth time, the fifth time you say nothing? You know, would you not feel just as thankful the third, the fourth, and the fifth time? You know, give thanks in everything. You know, even the little things. Hey, babe, you know, thank you for doing the dishes. You know, I know you said you were going to do them, but I still appreciate you doing them. Da, 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 da. Hey, babe, thank you for taking care of the laundry. Thank you for going and paying that bill. You know, I know you was running on your way to work and da, 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 da. Thank you for taking, you know, JoJo or Cece to the park. You know, that's really good that y'all spent that time together. Appreciate your spouse. Show them that you appreciate them being a husband and a wife. Don't all of a sudden get married and be like, well, we're married now. These things are normal.
Yeah, so this is how it's supposed to be.
This is how it's supposed to be. I tell my wife all the time, I never want our relationship to be routine. I never want it to be routine. Because when something becomes routine, you can lose track of the importance. Excuse me. You can lose track of the importance of it and the details. You know, if I wake up every day, right? Let's say I wake up every day and I go to work at 6 o'clock in the morning. I wake up at 5 a.m., go to work at 6 o'clock in the morning. What's the first thing I just said I did?
You go to work every day.
No, before that.
Oh, you wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning.
I woke up. I woke up. God didn't have to wake me up. But the routine of us just waking up, something so simple as we don't even appreciate waking up, Chuck.
Waking up, right.
You know, everybody don't wake up. So it's like, look at your marriage like that. You know, every day you wake up and you're married, you know. So every day, look at that as your journey, as a new way to show your appreciation, as a new way to be the best husband, be the best wife you can be, as a new way to serve and appreciate that. And
no matter how small it is.
No matter how small.
Yeah, man. Because it's just like, guys, think of it as like little blessings, you know? Your wife rub your feet at night, little blessing.
Yeah.
You know,
I wish
your wife
could hear this.
Make you some coffee. Your wife make you some coffee in the morning, little blessing. You wake up before your wife leaves, your wife make the bed, little blessing, man. You know what I'm saying? It's those little things. No matter how small it is, a thank you and appreciate it. I appreciate you. That go a long way. I was in the kitchen the other day and my wife, she just came up behind me and she just told me, she was something super simple. She just said, I see you. And I was just like, well,
obviously.
I see you too. You know, that's clear. You ain't blind, right?
Yeah.
Nah, but she was just saying that I see all the little things that you do. I see the big things that you do. I see you, you know, that's pretty powerful. Much don't ever think that what you got going on is unnoticed, you know, because a lot of us will get into that realm of thinking like, man, what I'm doing, man, she don't even notice this. She don't even care, man. The house always clean. She don't say nothing. She just sitting around, just thinking that, you know, this is how it's supposed to be. But let me stop for one day. But she'll recognize that, you know. But just to say that those little things like I see you. Man, that's
big. That's big.
That's big, man. That's big. And it's super simple, man. It's super simple. Super simple. Happy spouse, happy house. Let's get
happy house, man.
Let's get it.
We coined it at 2023. You know, that's a new phrase for us, for husband and wives, for couples, whatever. Happy spouse, happy house. Yeah. And I challenge you to have competitions in serving, you know. You know,
there we
how
go.
Can
yes.
how can I outserve you? Exactly. And when you look at it like that, man, I just believe your house will be blessed abundantly.
For sure.
And
for sure,
I think you'll connect better because, and it's not always going to be, and like you said, the 100-100, the 50-50, it's not always going to be that way. It's not always your wife is not always going to be able to give 100. Your husband isn't always going to be able to give 100. We are all human. Yeah. We go through things.
For sure.
Things happen in life. And in that moment, yes, you are going to have to step up and do more. But when your house is aligned under God and you have an understanding within your house, spouse to spouse, you know that I got you now. I'm going to hold this down now.
For sure.
Because I know without a shadow of a doubt,
for sure.
Got me. You know,
yes.
if I'm sick or if I'm down, you got me. Whether that's, you know, I'm the breadwinner, you know, And I gotta take care of things because you're on your entrepreneurial journey. I got you.
And just to explain, that 100, everybody's 100 is going to be different.
Yeah, I like that.
You know, it's going to be different. Like, if I'm sick, right, my 100 might just be getting out of the bed, going to brush my teeth. I just gave 100. I'm sick, you know?
Yeah.
But when I'm not sick, my 100 is getting out the bed, brushing my teeth, going to take a shower, going to make me something to eat, going to, you know, take care of the kids and all that kind of stuff. You know, I'm not sick, you know?
Yeah.
Everybody's 100 is going to be different. And you have to understand that, you know, give 100, or do your best to give 100, you know, don't keep those tallies because for real, my wife come home and she had a bad day. I don't expect her to do what she did yesterday when she didn't have a bad day.
Yeah,
you know what
absolutely.
I'm saying? And you for real. I mean, like I said, everything that I'm saying on this podcast, I'm not perfect. I'm not. I know what to do for sure.
Don't mean I always do it. Yeah.
Right. It don't mean I always do it, but my job is to I'm gonna get that awareness out to everybody so we all can start thinking about it a little more. So I want my viewers out here. I want our viewers out here to start. I want Maurice. I want you to start keeping me accountable. Like, hey, you say thank you to your wife today? You say thank you to your husband today? Like we all need to keep each other accountable because it matters. It matters. You know,
absolutely.
If we ain't got no accountability, how can our community thrive? You know, how can our friendship? You know, it's a great thing when it's a great thing when you and your best friend got a married relationship, and they both working out. You know. When they both not working out, when you got a good relationship, and you always hear your friend complaining like, "Oh, this girl here, this guy here," and I'm just like, "What do you do?" It's hard always kind of give that advice because you're only talking to one person. You're only talking to one person, but man, y'all truly just sit down and just work in your relationship. Just take the time just to think a little bit. Think a little bit, you know, and just to understand that the little things matter. The little things matter for sure. For sure,
man. But I like that, man. We just gotta we're gonna start with happy spouse, happy house, man. We're gonna switch it up and we're gonna go there. Yeah, so we just going 2023, man. Happy spouse, happy house, man.
Happy spouse, happy house.
Looking out for your partner and excuse me, you're looking out for your partner and you're just I say compete in serving. Have a competition in serving, you know, a wholesome one. You know, don't be like, I got you, I beat you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, keep it wholesome.
And what's crazy is, and whenever you having that competition, treat it truly like a competition. Because if you always winning at something, you ain't gonna be upset with the other person for not winning. That just don't even make sense, do it? You know what I'm saying? So if you always winning at something,
if you're doing everything and you're beating them to the punch, you can't be like, man, you don't never do that. Well, you're not giving them a chance. That's another thing. That's another thing.
Talk on it.
We have to be aware of. Let's say I say, man, I'm gonna do the dishes, right? Let's say it's 5:00. We just ate dinner. And you say, you got the dishes? And I say, yeah, I got the dishes. I'll do the dishes, right? Now, for me, I may go put the baby in the shower. I may go hop in the shower and then do the dishes at night when it's peace, quiet, and I'm just down there. If an hour goes by and my wife does the dishes, and then the next day comes and she's like, well, I did the dishes yesterday, you know, I'll say to her, which I have before, like, you have to give me the chance before you critique me and not doing something. You have to give me the chance to do it in my timing. Now, if I take 2 days or a day, you know, and then that's on me. You know what I mean?
Right. Be realistic with it. Be realistic with the request that you're even asking for. You know, I'm not down. I'm wholeheartedly always gonna say this. I'm my own person. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let my yeses be yes and my no's be no. If I say I'm going to do the dishes, I'm going to do the dishes. And if you now to caveat this, if you want a time limit on it, that needs to be stated, you know?
Oh yeah,
and allow me to accept that time. You know what I'm saying? But for somebody to be out there and be like, you gonna do the dishes? All right, cool. I want them drinks done in 5 minutes, you know?
No.
The other person don't even know that, you know what I'm saying? So
because we all have our spaces in which we do stuff. You know what I mean? I know I'm here and you're at work and my daughter's at school. I would much rather like laundry. I'd rather if we got 4 loads of laundry, I'm not finna sit here at 7 o'clock at night and try and knock out 4 loads of laundry.
Yeah, that don't even make sense.
That's not gonna happen. But tomorrow I'll knock out 2, you know, and then the next day I'll knock out 2. If you need something done faster than that, state that.
You gotta tell me.
You know, go and get, oh, hey, I need my uniform washed. Okay, well, just throw that in real quick. I'll wash that and dry that real quick. That's something simple. But if I'm not under the impression that you need it done ASAP, I'm not gonna do it ASAP because we all move differently. You know, we all have our, like my wife is with the dishes for me. I'm used to just being me. You know what I'm saying? Before her and my daughter, I'm used to just me. I don't make a lot of dishes. I can cook on a pan or 2 and a plate and a fork or a spoon, and I'm good. So when it comes to dishes, and I could go down there and, you know, she cook dinner or a whole day goes and it's a sink full of dishes and I ain't ate. I'm like, this is absurd. Like, you know, reuse. I'm the guy, I'll reuse my cup. You know, or
just
I'll
rinse
use
it out.
Plastic and paper cups, you know, before I go through a bunch of, because I just know me, I don't like washing dishes every night. Even throwing them in the dishwasher. I'm a dishwasher guy, but I don't need it to be full, like super full, packed to the brim. It's got to be, if it's full enough, I'm good. I'm turning it on.
I'm starting it,
my wife, she'll not think, or it won't be full, so she won't turn it on. And then by the next day, when we have dishes in the sink and she trying to load the dishwasher, she ain't got enough room now.
You ain't got enough room. Now you gotta hand wash, and don't nobody want to do that. Now you gotta pick and choose. Be like, man, let me take some of that big stuff out of that dishwasher. I can hand wash that big stuff, you know. And come on, this is something that makes sense. Just start the dishwasher. start the washer.
It's man. To think about y'all, but
for sure.
I think going forward with the happy spouse, happy house, I think we can really improve our households. We can be better husbands, better wives, and just serve each other better, man. That's what I'm taking from this. So happy wife, happy life. You know, men, you know, make your wife happy. No one's saying you can't make your wife happy. No one's saying that will in turn lead to happier moments. But wives, do the same for your husband. You know, let's make this thing work. Let's make this thing be a team effort, and let's just look out for one another.
Yeah, let's keep each other accountable in our relationships. Keep each other accountable in our relationships. But yeah, man, that was good.
All right, man,
that was good.
I like that, man.
I expected to tear this one up, but this is cool. This was cool.
Yes, sir.
Got some understanding for sure.